Today we're going to talk about the 4 mentoring environments. Now, biblical mentoring, especially using the resources that we have online at pursuegod.org, is all about sharing the truth in love with the people around you, helping people discover a biblical worldview. But where does it happen? What are the environments for mentoring? That's what we're going to talk about today, the 4 primary mentoring environments. Well, the first and most obvious environment for mentoring is right there in the home. From the very beginning, God intended for parents to mentor and pastor their kids. Parents, you have to transfer your values to your children. You can't just expect the church to do it. That's not their job. It's your job from the time your kids are little until they're older to help your kids to understand a biblical worldview and how to live out the truth of God's word in their everyday life. Now that means you need to be committed to communication, committed to what we call a conversational culture in your home. And that's why we've put so much time and energy into our online resources to help you to do just that. Use our resources for devotionals with your family from the time they're young children, even through their teenage years. Now, the second mentoring environment is the small group. If you're involved in a healthy local church, the small group is the organizational key for people to share this whole mentoring idea, for people to be discipled in. Well-trained small group leaders model what it looks like to share the truth in love. I know that the men's group that I'm a part of is important, not just for the men right there in the time that we meet together, but also the way that we use the resources, the way that we talk through topics and allow God's word to instruct us is really helpful for them because now these guys can take it home to their families. Now, even though it's a group environment, I still consider it mentoring because it's the same method, it's the same technique. Now, the third mentoring environment is the team. Now, this can happen at church, this can happen in your workplace, this can even happen at school or in sports. Team mentoring is a lot like small group mentoring with one simple difference. When it comes to a team, usually there's a task involved, not just a conversation. So for example, if you're part of a worship team at church, hopefully your goal isn't just to lead worship week in and week out, but hopefully if you're a worship leader, you view your team as a small group and you mentor them. You bring regular conversations into their world and fit it into your team agenda. And our resources online give you all kinds of topics to help you to do just that. Now, finally, the fourth mentoring environment is just the one-on-one relationship. This is probably what you thought mentoring was all about in the first place. And of course, this is the most basic type of mentoring. You see, not everyone is going to be a parent or lead a small group or a team, but everyone can mentor somebody. Every follower of Jesus can pour into another person's life one-on-one. You might not have the skill set to lead a group, but you definitely have the ability to love someone enough to walk alongside them and help them to pursue God. Jesus would not have commanded his disciples to go make disciples if he didn't think that they could do it. Remember, those guys were just fishermen and tax collectors, just regular guys. And if they could do it, then so can you. Hey guys, if you want to learn more about mentoring, make sure to take our mentor training series, which shows you how to use the resources at pursuegod.org to help people in your world to pursue God, whichever environment you're trying to help them out in.